Was Rogan the guy that told you to stop fighting? And
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
What was that? What was that conversation like?
That was I was a fan of both his and as a fan of Rogan's. That was one of the more awkward podcasts I ever listened to.
What was it? What did he say?
Just he could tell I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and he's 100% right. You know, and Rogan's very, blunt and upfront. You know, obviously the message I think is harsh to the public, but me and him have such a good relationship. To me, the only thing that was surprising was I was going to do, me and Brian were going to do a show, and I was like going to kind of announce my retirement, kind of not, like I was on the fence, and we're driving to the studio, and Callan calls me and says, hey, Rogan wants to do it with us. I go, really? He goes, yeah, but he's going to do it at his studio. So the people think that was a JRE episode. That was actually a Fighter and the Kid. That was a Fighter and the Kid at Joe Rogan's studio. It was my show, but on his platform.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, most people don't.
Really?
Yeah, that was actually a Fighter and the Kid.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, I told Brian, I go, all right, dude, but I don't want to talk about the fight. Like, I'm kind of messed up from him. I'm depressed, man. I don't want to talk about it. He's not going to do that. We're not even talking about the fight.
But did you tell Joe this or you told Brian this?
No, I told Brian that.
I got you.
So I figured he relayed that to...
Wait, so just to circle back, so you had already decided to hang him up before that?
Yeah, because I've been doing Fighter and the Kid at that point for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And I was starting to receive a good amount of income from that. And it was just I was busy with that. And then I've always been really into fashion and like my own merch. So instead of wearing like a tap out shirt, I'd create my own shirt and walk out on that and then sell it myself online.
And then Reebok said you're not allowed to do that anymore.
And that really made me retire.
Really? Well, interesting.
So you didn't know Joe was going to ask you and talk to you about that?
I had no clue.
Yeah, but
he did me a super solid.
Wow,
Like,
what did he ask you? What was the actual
he
conversation?
just told me to stop fighting. He was like, I can tell you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and you're going to get hurt,
He just
man.
called your shit out right there.
Yeah,
It's
off
like,
camera. What happened after camera? Like, so the whole thing's
He
done.
hugged me. And
Okay,
that's
what I figured.
We were both pretty
Yeah.
teary-eyed. Yeah, he hugged me. And was
It's
like,
very
He
obvious.
was like, I know that was harsh, man, but I
Yeah.
love you, man. He's
Dude.
like, the reason I did is because I love the fuck out of you. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, but you can do, like, what I'm telling you, like, you podcast and stand-up, you can do this, man.
FYI, 90% of them, maybe more, can't do that.
90% be generous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They cannot do that. So it's like the NBA. Everybody leaves the NBA like, oh, okay, what's this guy going to be doing? Dude, you don't have the personality to be an analyst. You don't have a personality to be commentator. You got to have the personality, the humor, all of that.
So Brendan, he was right.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
In hindsight, he was right. And then even people think I have issues with Dana. I have no issues with Dana. If I saw him give him a big hug, because him signing that Reebok deal at the time, that gave me the fuel to get to where I wanted to get. So I was so mad at him. I was so mad when he signed that Reebok deal.
At Dana White?
I was so mad. And we had a conversation on the phone. It did not go well. And I just kept calling him out on shows. But he put a fucking box of Pringles on my shoulder. Some people have a chip on their shoulder. I had a fucking Pringle box on my shoulder. Wow. I was so mad, but it gave me the fuel to get to where I wanted to go. And now that I'm on the outside looking in, I've made it this far, I would give him a hug and be like, thank God you did that, man. So I owe all my stuff to him, man.
You channeled that rage artistically, too, which is like, that's something that...
Because I didn't want to be a failure. I wasn't doing it to prove to Dana, like, told you I could do it, but I just didn't want to be that guy that left the UFC and then, was fucking holding mitts at the UFC.
Sure. Well, I bet that they would scoffing at you, too. It's like, what are you going to do? Oh, dude, I'm going to to do stand-up.
Yeah.
Say that again.
You're a big fan of Dana White, though.
I'm a big fan.
Speak very highly of him.
I actually want to ask him a question.
I want to be very clear. Yeah. I'm a very big fan of Dana.
Oh, it's very obvious. You made it
no
clear.
issues
Yeah.
with it.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.